Hi everyone, welcome to another video. I'm the Artistic Autist and today I want to talk about my synesthesia. So let's start with a general explanation of what synesthesia is. I'm going to read it to you. Synesthesia is a perceptual phenomenon in which stimulation of one sensory or cognitive pathway leads to involuntary experience in a second sensory or cognitive pathway. This varies completely from person to person. For me, I have synesthesia with numbers. So for me, that means that numbers have a personality, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And everything that comes above that is like a group of people. Like 19 is the 9 and the 1 who are kind of very close together, who are forced to be in one small room, for example. 0 is kind of not there, so like a 10 is just a 1 but emphasized, basically. And similar thing goes for like 77 or a combination. That's just two similar personalities, basically, and that makes them both feel very comfortable and welcomed in that space, like the small room kind of thingy. So let's basically start by explaining what in general the numbers have as a personality for me. So I wrote that down in a book in order to not forget, because it's kind of like when you know a person, you don't really think about how their personality is, you just in general know them and have a feeling about them. But I wrote stuff down so I can have a general like overview for you guys. As in nature and in general, I don't really have like a specific female, male like focus. Some are younger, some are older, and there is like non-binary or male, female, and yeah, that in general. So with one I have a more male tendency, so it's kind of little boyish, but not 100% boy. And very unfriendly. He is not able to cooperate with others and he doesn't really like others. He's very self-oriented, egoistic, a troublemaker, and doesn't want to share anything, and does not want to be touched or interacted with. 2 is a man who is firm but nice, kind of. He is doing what is socially acceptable, but not more than that. He is not someone who you expect to get something nicer from, but you can expect to be treated okay by him. So 3 is non-binary. She's very proud and very, very about herself, and she's kind of not the person who you want to be around with. She's spicy. She has a kind of force coming with her. She's like the hiss of a cat, kind of. That's what I connect with her. She is interacting with some people, and some people can kind of work with her. She has some respect for some, like 9, for example, but or 2. But most others, like 4 or 6 or 8, are not really able to connect with her. 4 is friendly, kind, sweet, she's helpful, she is shy, she is in a relationship with 2. She's, how can I explain that? They are a little more than friends, kind of. 4 is the more caring part in here. 3 and 4 are not working out at all. They are not working out, like really. That's a very uncomfortable feeling to think about those 2 connected. 4, I have the feeling as if someone needs to protect her, like she needs protection. She has some strength, but she's easily hurt by the outside world. 5 is like a middle-aged man that is kind and caring, and he does what he thinks is right, and he's kind of nice, and he just wants everyone to kind of work out. He makes dad jokes, and he's kind of he can share and stuff, but you need to kind of watch out to not insult him, because then he can be different. 6 is my favorite number. I have a strange connection to it. 6 is the mother of 3. And she's very caring for 3, but 3 hates her, and 3 is very hurtful to her, and I am always kind of sad when I think about that relationship. She doesn't really like 2 either. She feels like he's dominating her in a way. 6 really wants to have that relationship with 3 working out, but it's kind of like a one-way relationship, and she often gets really hurt by it. She's in a good relationship with 5. But she's not in a romantical relationship with 5. She's in a romantical relationship with 7. 7 is a intelligent man. He's not egoistic, but he is the way a male autistic person would be. And he has a good connection to 3. I'm not sure if 5 or 7 is the father of 3. I know it's kind of my thing, but I'm not sure. I haven't gotten a feeling about it. I know that's a bit weird to someone outside, but that's what I get the vibe from, and that's what's connected in my head. But it's kind of a fatherly figure to 3, and it's able to calm 3 down or put it back to its place, basically, if 3 is acting out. Then the next one is 8, and 8 is a goddess. I think it comes from that it can be the infinity sign. 8 is a female, but 8 shows strength. She's everything. She's like hourglass shaped figure, like those old ladies from earlier centuries with their beautiful shapes. And I don't necessarily mean thin part here. I just mean that she's I don't want to say chubby, but that baby girls on the those baby angels, kind of chubby, and I think it's very beautiful. I don't have a problem with body shapes in general, but I think that 8 just represents beauty and strength and wholesomeness, and she's the mother of 4, and she has a very beautiful relationship with 4. She's very caring, but she's caring for 6, for example, too. She's in a firm relationship with 7, and the same goes for 2, and 3 is kind of scared of 8. I do combine her with Venus vibes. And 9 is the male goddess. It's not really that strict about maleness, but I get a more male vibe from him. He's very similar to 8. It's not so focused on female. It's more in general being powerful. And he's looking out for the other numbers, and he's in a good relationship with 7. They are kind of on the same level. They can interact pretty well. 9 and 8 are in a romantic kind of relationship, but it's more like an open relationship. 9 and 6, there's something going on too. 9 and 3 sometimes. 2 and 9 also can be something going on. But 1 and 9 is not at all a thing. So in general, you have that personality, that connection, and it's also connected to other numbers, how they are working out. And those relationships can also change, they can work things out and not work things out. And that relationship changes, for example, when I'm calculating. Calculating is, for example, adding something up that's just bringing others together. Subtracting is them going separate parts. That's all fine. Multiplicating is connected to 8. It's that God is creating something new kind of vibe. And dividing is the most horrible thing you can do. It's like ripping apart, like forceful, hateful, crimey stuff. And it can create fights, and it's like a fight. So that can change relationships for me, and I hate dividing. And dividing is like everywhere in physics and maths, and that's why I hate math. Even though I remember numbers very good, because I remember it's more like when you put people in a room together and I know who's fighting and stuff, and that's kept in my mind. And when I then have to repeat the number, then I just get that feeling with me, and that helps me to know what happens. But I still hate math for things like that, even though math is kind of connected to the whole thing. Like I have feelings like two numbers are not reacting. For example, 3 times 7 is 21, and that's 2 and 1 is 3. So it's like no reaction when I think of that reaction. It's like calculation, but to me it's more like a reaction, because they are all reacting or not reacting, like in this case. 0 and fur. So she's 5 is foreign, and those relationships can also multiply. I hope that made some sense. I hope that made some sense to you guys, and I hope that was a fun video. Synesthesia can be completely different or similar. It can be numbers and feelings, or colors and tastes, and you don't have to be autistic to have that. It's just something that often happens because our brains are like more connected, and that's what synesthesia also is. Yeah, and then I hope you had fun, and we will see each other in my next video. Bye!